Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Live Animal Crossing after absolute yonks. I actually haven't played this since the last time, I recorded this. We've got some letters. You might be wondering why this isn't The Sims. I mean, I said on Twitter that I'd have like a Sims video wherein I talked about stuff. Blah 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 blah. Stupid dog, you made me look bad. And do we have any new villagers? Do we have any jackals that are becoming a villager instead of the other way around? Gabby, at least we still have Bob. As long as we still have Bob, it's a great place, Bob. Then I'm fine, you know. Valise, Barnaby, don't cry on the valises or whatever. I don't see anything new. We still have Tangy. Why am I not running? Okay, there we go. I was expecting myself to run. Do you know what I should do? I should get out my net, because we might see bugs at this time of the year. And look, we have the magic conch! Oh my god, I need to put that in my house. Actually, do you know what? We need to exterminate. You might be wondering why this is Animal Crossing and not The Sims. Well, basically, this will clarify that Animal Crossing isn't, like, as I said, Animal Crossing isn't over. It's just that The Sims was going to be my new main Let's Live. I was still going to come back to this. Do you know that kind of way? This was never gone. And that music is catchy. It has cake. No, we want to view the library. This is like too funky for my liking at the moment. It's too like crunchy. Not Cake Corral. That's too religious. Cake say Bossa, Condor, like El Condor Pasa. Or like El Condor Pasa, like that song. But which I don't know if El Condor Pasa, do you know why that's on Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel's last album that they did together. Would you guys get out of here? Like, that's what, track 2, is it? That album is amazing. Like, that's one of those few albums where every track is just golden. I love it. Like, it starts off with Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is an amazing song. Then it goes on to El Condor Pasa, which is another great song. And then Cecilia. And then after Cecilia, it's Keep the Customer Satisfied, which, funny enough, is what this video is all about, I suppose. Keep the Customer Satisfied. Then So Long, Frank Lloyd Wright, isn't it? Is that the next one? And that's the end of side 1. And then there's The Boxer is the next one, which is another amazing song. That song is just, like, it's really, I love it. And then, what's after that? That's Jasper singing at me. What comes after The Boxer? Is it The Only Living Boy in New York? I think after The Boxer, it's either The Only Living Boy in New York or Baby Driver, one of them. And then there's Song for the Asking and Bye Bye Love are on it as well. No, Bye Bye Love is the second last, then Song for the Asking is the last. Won't You Write to Me is one of them as well. Let's see, are we finished with the cockroaches? Yeah, we are. But Bridge Over Troubled Water is amazing. But what I was saying about, like, there's our magic conch, but I wanted it to be somewhere over here. Bridge Over Trouble, or what was I saying? El Condor Pasa. Like, I don't know if that's actually, like, originally, because it sounds like Peruvian or Bolivian or something like that. I don't know if, like, the melody of that, Joe, I'd rather be a sparrow than a snail. Oh yes I would, if I could. I don't know if that's, like, an original melody by Paul Simon, or if, like, it's actually a traditional Bolivian or Peruvian song. Because it could be either, or that kind of way. It sounds like exactly, like, it sounds like it could be taken, like, that he could have borrowed the melody from an actual traditional butterfly. From a traditional, like, South American song, I don't know. Maybe if Secret Fury's watching, she might know, because I know she's in Costa Rica, but she might know, like, if El Condor Pasa is a Peruvian or Bolivian song, even though that's, like, nowhere near Costa Rica. But, it doesn't matter. But yeah, on to keeping the customer satisfied, cause I'm one step ahead of the shoe shine, 2 steps away from the county line. I'm just trying to keep my customers satisfied. And actually that song, like, that comes after, kicking the ball. That song comes right after Cecilia. And to start with, it's really weird, because Cecilia ends, and that song starts just like, be back home, and it just like sounds all weird at the beginning. Like, listen to that album. Like, I'm sure, like, see if you can find, like, the album or somewhere, because you have to listen to, like, that song. You have to listen to Cecilia, and you have to hear the transition from Cecilia into try to keep the customer satisfied. I know who you are. Who's this rabbit? Oh, yes! Do you need me for something, honey bun? Oh, well, if you want me to be your friend, then I will, honey bun. Honey bunny. Can do, I'm a people animal, hee hee. My name's Gabby, so, like, what's yours? Harry, huh? Okay, honey bunny. That is totally nice and... Sorry, I can't do, like, oh my god, like Tim Roth in Pulp Fiction. But, even though it's a girl, Jesus. Oh my god, I love her house with this, like, vibraphone over here. That's nice music, what's that? KK Love Song. Who cares? But yeah, you have to listen to the transition, because it's just like, keep the customer satisfied just comes out of nowhere, and it goes, great, be back, boom. Like, it's just like, it comes out of absolutely nowhere. It doesn't make any sense, it's just insane. And then it goes into the song or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. Anyway, this is Animal Crossing, because I actually recorded a Sims Let's Live today, in which I did build the McWeirdbeard's house. But, apparently I forgot to press record, because the video didn't record at all. And I was so annoyed, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, that was a good video, and it was an important one, because I need to ask you guys something, and I need to get feedback from you guys. So I was looking forward to like, doing that, you know? And then I just, like, find out that the video didn't record, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I decided that, oh my god, is that the Arctic char? Is there a fish in there? Is that the Arctic char? No, it's not. I thought that there was, like, the shadow of a big fish over to the left. We already caught you, green butterfly. Is that in the museum? But yeah, so that means the Sims video didn't record. We caught him already. The Sims video didn't record, so I wasn't able to, like... So I was so sick and tired of The Sims at that stage, because I'd been playing it. I wasn't going to, like, do it again, playing The Sims. So I decided to play Animal Crossing instead and get back to this for a video, and to talk about what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is keeping the customer satisfied, because I need to ask your opinions about something. Basically, the other way today, I uploaded part 24 of Billy Hatcher, I think it was. And in that video I was doing the second level of the Sand Ruin. Well, the thing is that, like, I was, and, oh, they already have one. The thing is that, like, okay, how am I going to get around to saying this? I don't know, I need to drink some coffee. Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, in that video, you might remember that I was talking about how difficult Stage 3 of Sand Ruin is. Well, the other way Sand Ruin is World 6. Well, there's actually a World 7, and World 7 is Giant Palace. And what you need to do to get to Giant Palace is you need to do Stage 3 of the Sand Ruin, because that's what opens up the final world. Now, the first level of the final world is actually, there's a level, like a stage where you do all the going around collecting coins, defeating enemies or whatever. And then at the end of at the end of stage 1, there's the final boss of the game. Whereas usually there's the boss in stage 2. But that doesn't mean that there aren't any other levels in World 7. There are actually 8 levels in World 7, just like there are in, I'm gonna set you guys free. You know, there are actually 8 levels, just like in every other world. The only difference is that the final boss is the boss of that level, and it's on stage 1 instead of stage 2, because of story reasons. Like, you know. Well, like, I was just like, oh my god, that might be an angelfish. Let's catch him. He's probably not though. He's probably just a stupid, like, crayfish or something, or a boot. Yeah, it's a crayfish. Hey, Pinchy. But yeah, so So stage 1 of World 7 is actually... Oh, this is handy, actually. Oh my god, should I swap something? Swap. For the crayfish. Oh no, go away. Wait a second, is this addressed to the museum? Yeah, okay, well look. We can get... No, not that. We can get rid... No, not that. We can get rid of this. And this. Well look, the thing is that I'm kind of, I don't want to say getting tired of, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting, I know that like what I want to do basically, this is what I'm proposing, is that like I do like stage 3 of the Sand Ruin, okay? I do stage 3 of the Sand Ruin. Open up World 7, okay? Go on, like, then do like do stage 1 of World 7, beat the final boss, okay? And then what I kind of want to do, now this is the part I need your opinion on. What I want to do is, after I beat the final boss, is I want to, what I was thinking of doing is, because I'm kind of getting half tired of Billy Hatcher, and I know that after I beat the second boss, like after I beat the final boss, that I won't really be into playing that game for a while, do you know, that kind of way. So what I'm proposing is that after I do beat the final boss, I want to, what are all these gyroids doing in here? Mega Sproid, Mini Echoid, Tall Bovoid. I presume they make a noise like a cow. What I want to do is I want to finish the LP with just stage 1 of World 7. Finish it there, and then when Silver's over, I want to come back and do the other levels, like all the levels that I haven't done in each world, and the rest of the levels in in World 7. I want to come back and I want to do all of them. Oh my god, that's brilliant! That's crazy. Okay, he's staying. That's what I want to do. Like, I want to make, like, come back with Billy Hatcher as my new Sunday LP instead of Silver when Silver's over. Because surprisingly, like, you'll be surprised how quickly Silver goes by. I mean, like, this Sunday we're doing Blackthorn Gym. I mean, after that, all that's left is to get to the Elite Four, beat the Elite Four, and then the Kanto stuff, which actually doesn't take that long. Anything interesting? Not really. Like, the Kanto stuff doesn't actually take that long at all. So what I want to do is I want to stop Billy Hatcher. I want to stop Billy Hatcher after I record the final boss and, like, say finish the LP there for then, you know? And then when Silver's over, which will be in a couple of months, come back with Billy Hatcher as my new Sunday LP, because I'll want to play it again then, more than likely, and I can just, the thing is, with half-hour videos once a week, I can get through 2 stages in a video, so that kind of way, because each stage is taking, like, 15 minutes, or kind of thereabouts, so I can get 2 stages done in a video, do you know? Which would be better than just getting 1 stage done. I don't know, that's the way the LP is feeling at the moment. Like, that's the way it should go. Like, it's feeling like I should end it after doing the final boss. And kind of just, and put it away for a while, put it in storage for a while. And then bring it back when, and then bring it back as a week Sunday LP when Pokemon Silver is over. Oh my god, what was that? Oh, I already have him. When Pokemon Silver is over, and do the rest of the levels then, do that kind of way. And I think I just kind of enjoy that more, because as I say, the game is just getting a little bit... I'm just kind of getting, like, it takes a surprising amount of stamina to do that game, you know? It's very tiring at times, you know? And I'm just kind of getting... Like, and the thing is, the last story is taking effort as well, because I've only played that game once before, and you know, it's like, I like it. It's so easy going. Like, I recorded today, I should say that as well, today I recorded Last Story for an hour and 15 minutes, and that was basically all doing little side quests. I loved it. I didn't even break in between videos, I just recorded it as one block like I used to do with Metroid Prime. And it's just all side quests, so a heads up that the next 4 to 5 videos of Last Story are going to be all side quests in and around Lazarus City, so... never mind. Like the album, never mind. But we've talked enough about albums today, with keeping the customer satisfied. So yeah, that's the thing, is I want to... Like, the thing is, the Last Story, I've only played through it once, so I'm not 100%... I'm not as comfortable playing the Last Story as I am, let's say, playing Wind Waker or Sunshine, like, where it's just, like, riding a bike to me, or that kind of way. Yeah, I'm Bob. Man, that makes me so happy. I was sure you'd have forgotten. Not you, Bob. It's a great place, Bob! Talk to me, brother. Yeah, it is a nice day, but outside here... In the real world, no. Yeah, it's your lucky day. Good job, Bob. It's a great place, Bob! The thing is, in Animal Crossing world, it's all sunny and summery. Out here, it's kind of cold and windy. It actually feels more like an autumn day today than a summer's day. Even though it's midsummer, not the start of summer, you fucking idiots. It's midsummer because it's in the middle of the season. You can't have the start of summer in the middle of the season. Like, what, are you insane or something? I dug up a fossil. This reminds me of a puzzle. This reminds me of a hole I dug, and a hole I filled in, and this reminds me of another hole I dug. This reminds me of a tree. This reminds me of a house. This is the Eiffel Tower, and this is my wife, and this is a hamburger, and this is a big fish. Holy crap. What, is Albert Finney swimming around in there? Let's see what he is. But yeah, so before I got distracted, what was I talking about? I was talking about, like, how the Last Story, because I've only played through it once the first time I got it, it's not like I don't feel 100% as comfortable as I do with, let's say, Wind Waker, or with Mario Sunshine, or Luigi's Mansion, or like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like, you could tell with those games that it was stuff that I'd done like over and over again, and I was just so comfortable doing it, you know. But with Last Story, it just takes a little bit more thought, because I have to go like, is that the way that's done again? I can't remember. I've only done it once, so I can't really remember exactly what I'm supposed to do, so that kind of way. And like Billy Hatcher is like that as well with the coins, because the levels are very straightforward. You don't have to figure out what to do or anything, but the coins, like, I have to have my eye, like, I have to practice them, and it's just, I'm kind of getting tired of that, you know? No. My little cycle, who you named for me, Muddle's wife was meant to be. A blessing on your head, muzzle tough, to see your daughter wed, muzzle tough. I know Alex will like that one, Jesus. I love that. My favourite part is when Tevye goes, "You must have heard wrong, Grandma. There's no butcher, or there's no tailor. You mean the butcher, Grandma? By the name of Laser Wolf!" Like that. Oh, see ya, Pete, off delivering letters. It's just so funny, because he just goes all of a sudden, he goes, "You must have heard wrong, Grandma, there's no tailor. You mean the butcher, Grandma, by the name of Laser Wolf." No. But yeah, I just want something that I'm comfortable with, you know, kind of way, that isn't like a chore that I have to do. Because not that Billy Hatcher is a chore, like, I don't want to give you guys the impression that I'm not enjoying it, because I am enjoying it. It's just I'm not really like, I know that after I record the final boss, I'm not going to feel like playing it as much anymore, you know, because it'll be like the game is over. And the thing is, you'd say, well, couldn't you just belay the final boss and do all the rest of the levels before going on to World 7. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense either, because the thing is, there are still levels after World 7, you know? And there's still levels after stage 1 of World 7 that you have to do. There are 6 more of them, you know, that you have to do after you do the final boss, that are kind of like post-game, I suppose. I don't know if you could call it that. It's just kind of extra levels at the end. And like, I don't want, the thing is, like, I don't want to, like, get onto the final boss in, like, part 25, and then, like, have another, like, 30 videos while I'm waiting to do the final boss. I mean, that would just be retarded. You're not gonna wait. It would be boring. Like, I want to go and do the final boss. You're not gonna wait. I want to finish the game now, and I want to kind of leave it for a while, park it for a while, and wait, and come back to it when I want to play it. You're that kind of way. So I don't know if you guys mind that. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still going to do whatever the hell I want, regardless of what you guys say. But sorry, I'm just like, I'm still going to do. It's like, we'll hold an election, but I get to decide the result at the end anyway. Just I'm like such a... You know, my school principal called me a fascist one time. He told me that I'd make a really good fascist dictator. My school principal. I was like, what? I didn't know whether to take it as a compliment or an insult. It's just like... Because on the one hand, I could see where he was coming from, because I am... Like, I'm unrelenting in my I don't know why. I think he just thought that I was particularly savage in my enforcing of protocol and bureaucracy. I think that's what it was. That I was just like, well, those people, they can just be trampled underfoot because they're not doing anything anyway. I was just like, I think it's because of my savage tendencies, you know? I think he was comparing me to Mussolini or something, because I was just like, oh, well, I'm here, I'm going to decide what's right anyway, regardless of what you say. Do you know, that kind of way? So, I am going to, not to sound too totalitarian about it, you know, but oh, I just scared away a beetle, whatever it was. But I am, regardless of what you say, I'm probably going to do that anyway. I just kind of want to get what your opinions would be on it, you know, because I kind of want to finish Billy Hatcher, as I say, do you know. Yeah, 800 and something bells is fine. Yeah, that fish, that Albert Finney. And I dug up another fossil. Well, that means I need to go buy paper, unless I have paper in, I might have a Kupla Beloga, I'm trying to think of the English for Kofra. In the press, in the cupboard, or whatever. See, that's when I start speaking Irish, I stop thinking in English completely. It's like, cause the other day I was like, when I was like, I was watching TG Cahir, which is the Irish language television channel here. It's empty right now. No, I don't want to put something in, Squidward. I was watching TG Cahir, and like, and that's, everything's in Irish on there, so I was listening to that and watching it, and like, a spiderweb shirt, blah blah blah. No, there's no paper in there. Let's go back and get some paper. So, well, do you know what? Let's go to the Lost and Found. They might have some paper there. And my parents came in and they were like, "What are you watching? Is that such and such?" And I honestly didn't understand them when they started talking to me, because they were speaking to me in English, and I was just after going into Irish mode. And like, because the thing is, like, I'm from Munster. So I speak and understand the best Munster Irish, particularly Cork Irish. Like, do you know? Like, I speak and understand Cork Irish and Munster Irish the best, do you know? And most of the Irish that's on TG Cahir is actually Connemara Irish. And I have to concentrate a lot more to understand that, because, like, Irish isn't like English. Like, English, regardless of where you're from, if someone's speaking English, you're going to understand them, do you know? Any goings on? On June 27th. Oh, okay, June 27th. Well, we might come and do a video on June 27th, so then, because that's something that we haven't seen yet in Animal Crossing. Like, it's not like in English where, holy crap, look at all that stuff. It's not like in English where even if you come from Australia, I'm going to understand you because you speak English and I speak English. Or if you come from Scotland and you speak English, I'm going to be able to understand you no problem. Like Scotland has a particular dialect of English where they say some different things and whatever. But by and large, it's not like you're not going to be able to understand people, that kind of way. Or if someone comes over here from bloody Ohio, I'm going to be able to speak English with them and understand them perfectly. Do you know? But with Irish, the dialects are so different from one another, and the pronunciation of words, and even like different words, like using completely different words for the same thing across dialects, means that it's actually extremely hard for someone who speaks and understands one dialect to understand someone else sometimes. Like, there was a show on the other day I was watching, and it was two people from Donegal talking about their honeymoon and their marriage and stuff like that. And they were speaking Donegal Irish, and I was just like, honestly, it was so hard for me to understand them. I could barely understand what they were saying. Do you know, because there's all these differences in pronunciations, and even the verbs are different depending on what dialect you're speaking. I'm not sure if it's that, like, I don't know of any other language other than Irish that each dialect is so different from one another, because I know Spanish has dialects, and German has dialects, and French has dialects, and every language has dialects. But Irish, so far as I know, like, the dialects are just ridiculous. I think Chinese, their dialects are extremely different from one another as well. But the Canunti and Irish are just ridiculously different. For example, if I were here and I were saying "how are you" to someone, if I met someone in the street, and I'd say "Constatu," like that, and that's "how are you" in Munster Irish. But in Connemara Irish, the "how are you" is "Cén of Wiltu," which sounds completely different. And in Northern Irish, it's "Cadé mar tatu," which is like completely different as well, and they're spoken with different accents as well. The Irish for important is "Táchtach," but that's the way we pronounce it down here. If you went up to Connemara, they'd say "Tábhachtach," which sounds completely different. The Irish for... Oh, go away, there's like a text message from someone, blah 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 blah. The Irish for... there's all verb differences as well. Like, for example, down here in Munster, we use what's called the firmhata, as far as I know is what it's called, which means that if I want to say "I did," I say "yenis," which is just like one verb which encapsulates the, kind of like Spanish, the one word has both the verb and the person who's doing it, that kind of way. The other way in Spanish, you have the choice. You can either say "yo hablo" or whatever, I think it is anyway, or else you can just say "hablo" or whatever. You don't need the person, as far as I remember anyway, from what little Spanish I did. But in Irish, like, we use the form down here in Munster where instead of saying "vime," I'd say "vias," and instead of saying "riname," I'd say "yenis," and instead of saying "chonichme," I'd say "knock," which is which the people in Connemara and in the north, sometimes they can't understand that because they're like, "What the hell are you saying?" Do you know, that kind of way. We use that form of the verb all the time. And there's so many differences, and it's almost like different languages sometimes. We even use different verb forms. Like, for example, if I said, like, for example, the verb to start, someone in Connemara would say, if something is starting, they'd say "Táiseg tosu anish," whereas down here we'd say "Táiseg tosnu," with an N in the middle. If in Connemara or in the rest of the country, you'd hear "donna" and "denna" for "to the" and "of the" or "from the" or whatever. Down here we'd say "dusna" and "desna" with an S in the middle. And down here as well, instead of saying "sho" and "shin" and "onsho," and see, it's even weird for me to say it. I can't say "onsho" because we never say that. We say "onso" with a is it called a narrow S? I think, with a narrow S instead of an SH sound. And we say, instead of "on shin," we say "on son," and "shin" we say "son," which is like, it sounds like it doesn't sound too different now when you're kind of dissecting it, but if someone's just speaking freely and flowingly, it sounds ridiculously different from one another, as well as when you couple in the fact that people from Northern Ireland talk like that, and people from down here don't talk like that, you know? then it becomes even more different because the accents are ridiculously different as well. Do you know? Like, I was listening to the I was like listening to the tape for the Leaving Cert Foundation level because I was supervising for that exam, and like one of the conversations was like from two people from Donegal, and I was like, what the hell are they talking about? They were talking about trying to get and take down now, and I was like, what the hell did they say? And I was like, oh, trying to get to take Tron whatever, and I was just like, do you know, I was like, what are they saying? It doesn't make any sense, do you know? It's, do you know, it's just so the language is so different depending on which dialect you speak that it's just ridiculous, do you know? Anyway, I think that's the end of this video. I've been just wandering around here looking at the scenery for the last I don't know how long talking about Irish, so as I was saying, my parents came in and started asking me in English what it was, and I was just like, what? Because it was in Connemara Irish, so I was especially concentrating on it, so I was after switching off my English brain whatsoever. Or completely, do you know? Anyway, as I say, that's what I'm planning on doing with Billy Hatcher. I don't know what LP I'd replace it with, I don't know, because Comic Zone is going to be starting soon, so I might just have Comic Zone as my secondary LP next to the last story, you know, that kind of way, and have Billy Hatcher in the to-do list, to finish list for a later date, you know. So anyway, this was Let's Live Animal Crossing. I want to say thanks a million for watching. I'm sorry it was so long. I didn't intend for it to be that long, but I just started rambling on about Canunti and about Irish and I don't know. Anyway, bye guys, I'll see you next time on Let's Live Animal Crossing or Let's Live The Sims. Yeah, thanks a million for watching and bye.